What if I told you that some people are allergic to water, or even their own sweat? Imagine living in constant fear of something as harmless as sunlight or the vibrations from music. Sounds impossible, right? Well, for some, it's a terrifying reality. Here are the strangest, most mind-boggling allergies ever recorded. You won't believe what people live with. Aquagenic urticaria, the water allergy. Picture this. You take a sip of water or step into the shower, and instead of feeling refreshed, your skin breaks out in painful hives. That's the reality for people with aquagenic urticaria, an incredibly rare condition where contact with water triggers an allergic reaction. This means no swimming, no long baths, and even sweating can be a nightmare. Scientists still don't fully understand why it happens, but one theory suggests that it's not actually the water itself, but an interaction between water and compounds on the skin that triggers the reaction. Can you imagine how tough it must be to avoid something as essential as water? Solar urticaria, the sunlight allergy. Most people love a sunny day, but for those with solar urticaria, the sun is their worst enemy. The moment their skin is exposed to sunlight, they develop red, itchy welts that can last for hours. It's like getting sunburned almost instantly, but without any of the fun beach memories. Scientists believe this allergy happens when UV radiation triggers an immune system overreaction. Some people can manage it with antihistamines, but in severe cases they have to live like vampires, avoiding daylight as much as possible. Now imagine being allergic to the one thing that keeps our planet alive. Vibratory urticaria, the allergy to sound and movement. Ever felt your phone vibrate in your pocket? Now imagine if that simple sensation caused you to break out in hives or swell up. People with vibratory urticaria are allergic to vibrations. Things like running, clapping, or even riding in a car can trigger their symptoms. Doctors believe it happens because vibrations cause certain cells in the body to release excessive histamine, leading to allergic reactions. So the next time you feel your phone buzzing, be grateful it's just a notification and not a painful allergy attack. Cold urticaria, the winter nightmare. For most of us, stepping into the cold means bundling up in warm clothes. But for those with cold urticaria, cold temperatures can lead to swelling, rashes, and even life-threatening reactions. Imagine going outside on a chilly day and feeling like your skin is on fire. Or worse, taking a sip of an icy drink and feeling your throat swell shut. In extreme cases, exposure to cold water can cause anaphylactic shock. So while most people complain about winter weather, those with this allergy have to avoid it altogether. Red meat allergy, the tick-induced nightmare. What if one tiny insect bite could change your life forever? That's exactly what happens to people who develop alpha-gal syndrome. It starts when a lone star tick bites you and injects a sugar molecule called alpha-gal into your bloodstream. Your immune system then decides that red meat is the enemy. From that point on, eating red meat can trigger severe allergic reactions, from hives to life-threatening anaphylaxis. And the worst part? There's no cure. For some, the allergy fades over time, but for others, it's a permanent cruel twist of fate. Exercise-induced anaphylaxis, allergic to working out. Some people joke about being allergic to exercise, but for those with exercise-induced anaphylaxis, that joke is a terrifying reality. When they engage in physical activity, their bodies go into full allergic reaction mode, hives, difficulty breathing, and even collapse. In some cases, it's triggered by a combination of exercise and certain foods eaten beforehand, like wheat or shellfish. The only way to prevent it? Either avoid those trigger foods or, in extreme cases, avoid intense exercise altogether. So the next time you feel lazy about hitting the gym, just be glad your body isn't trying to shut down from it. Nickel allergy, allergic to everyday objects. Imagine being allergic to your phone, your belt buckle, or even the coins in your pocket. For people with a nickel allergy, touching objects that contain this metal can cause severe itching, rashes, and blisters. It's one of the most common metal allergies, and since nickel is found in so many everyday items, like jewelry, watches, and even some food, avoiding it can be nearly impossible. For some, even consuming foods like chocolate and nuts can trigger a reaction because they naturally contain small amounts of nickel. Fragrance allergy, when smells become dangerous. Imagine walking into a room and suddenly feeling dizzy, nauseous, or breaking out in hives just because someone is wearing perfume. For people with fragrance allergies, this is a daily struggle. Fragrances in perfumes, cleaning products, and even air fresheners can trigger severe reactions, from headaches to respiratory issues. It's a tough allergy to avoid because fragrances are everywhere, and many products don't even list their specific ingredients. For those affected, something as simple as a scented candle can turn into a health hazard. Here's a weird one from my own life. I get diarrhea every time I eat peanuts and drink water afterward, but if I skip the water, I'm totally fine, and I have no idea why it happens. Do any of you have weird reactions like that? Let me know in the comments. Semen allergy, when intimacy becomes dangerous. Yes, you heard that right. Some people are allergic to semen. It's called seminal plasma hypersensitivity, and it can cause burning, swelling, and even full-body allergic reactions after exposure. This can make romantic relationships incredibly difficult, and in some cases, the only solution is using protection or undergoing desensitization therapy. For those affected, what should be a natural and intimate experience becomes a painful ordeal. But there is one big question. Does this allergy affect natural conception? In some cases, yes. Severe reactions can make conception difficult, but medical treatments, including sperm washing and in vitro fertilization, IVF, can help couples navigate this challenge. Latex allergy, the deadly rubber reaction. Latex is found in so many things: gloves, balloons, even some medical equipment. But for people with a latex allergy, exposure to this material can cause severe reactions, from rashes to full-blown anaphylactic shock. This makes medical procedures especially dangerous, as even a tiny amount of latex residue on gloves or syringes can trigger a life-threatening response. Many hospitals have switched to latex-free alternatives, but for those with this allergy, everyday life still requires constant caution. Allergies can be strange, but these rare cases show just how unpredictable the human body can be. Imagine having to fear something as simple as water, sunlight, or even your own sweat. These conditions may sound unreal, but for those who have them, they're everyday struggles. Now it's your turn. Do you have any allergies? Or do you know someone who does? Maybe you've heard of even weirder ones than the ones we covered today. Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on more mind-blowing content.